Good evening. My name is Mike Mitchell. I'm the Clinical Director for Crisis and Counseling Centers. And I'm up here tonight to, one more time, what we do each year is to make sure that we acknowledge our partnership with public safety members in our communities, making sure that law enforcement, corrections, and the people that serve our communities for law enforcement are acknowledged. And one of the things to keep in mind is that in 2012, our crisis program did approximately 5,000 face-to-face contacts. 5,000. And that's in Kennebec and Somerset counties. Of those 5,000 contacts, about 800 of them involved police. So we're talking about a level of partnership and a level of involvement that's essential to deliver that service. Because without that, we're exposed to a level of safety concerns that put our crisis workers as well as the people that we serve at risk. So the law enforcement role in our crisis service delivery, as well as even our outpatient services, are essential. Now, of the 800 people that we came in contact with police involvement, 200 of those were with Augusta Police Department. And Augusta, of course, is in the heart of our state. It's the state capital. It's also the home of our largest psychiatric institution, and among other claims to fame that the city of Augusta might have for those who live there. And so those law enforcement officers and the agency that really serves that community well are faced with some unique challenges. They are faced with a level of funding squeezes that we've all experienced. They have had impacts in the last year that we are hopefully going to be able to partner with them to help address those. But let us not forget that they too have been experiencing some of the impact of our economic times. Now, in the course of doing our work, we oftentimes need to have somebody covering our back. But we also need to have law enforcement that is informed about the people that we work with. We need to have law enforcement that can, first of all, maintain public safety, but doing it in a way that understands the issues of mental illness, the impact of substance abuse, and the way in which it impacts not only the individual, but family members, the community, neighbors, and the quality of our community. Just quickly and reactively putting somebody in jail, as one of our partner, Sheriff Liberty, is famous for saying, we have to stop that revolving door. And I can safely say that Augusta Police Department is one of those partners that partners with us in trying to make a difference in being able to make alternatives for people who have those conditions in our communities. This year, our award goes to Christopher Guay. Officer Guay, I've worked with him on several very challenging situations. And if your family member were in a situation in which they were struggling with a serious mental illness, if your family member were one of the people that were struggling with addiction and struggling with what to do, what the demons inside and how it was manifesting itself in your lives, an officer like Christopher Guay is somebody that you want to show up at your home. Officer Guay brings a level of compassionate understanding. You should see this man work. You should see him connect to people who are beside themselves with rage, beside themselves with demons, beside themselves with withdrawal, in a way that is actually quite inspiring for somebody who's been doing this work for 28 years. Yeah, and he sometimes even threatens to come over and work moonlight with us doing crisis work. And he'd be welcome. I said that to him yesterday. The partnership that we have, he actually invited us over to participate yesterday. You may have seen it in the paper. We had 5 of us go over to Augusta PD, and we did with their tactical team, we did their hostage negotiation training. And you want to talk about a group of men who are professional and dedicated. It's awe-inspiring. And it was a privilege and an honor to be there. And I thank you, Chris, for letting us be a part of that and to observe really what goes on behind the scenes, because those men are ready if something bad happens. At the same time, they are I was in the trailer with the negotiators. And those men are also very focused on making sure hurt does not happen. And so, again, coming back to Chris, it's that kind of dedication. Our crisis workers consistently single him out as a man that they would want to have there. Not only because he's tall and a handsome man, but they do mention that, but also because of his professionalism, because of a new type of law enforcement that we can really be proud of in our community. And Chris is a fabulous example of that. And so please bring your hands together and congratulate him with me in being the recipient of our Public Service Award this year.
I'm just going to make this quick. I was told by one person I didn't have to give a speech, but Mike's saying that I should say something. I started with the Augusta PD 8 years ago, and nobody gets into law enforcement saying that I want to go deal with mental health issues. We all want to catch the bad guy, make the big drug busts, and do the things that end up on the front page of the paper. I learned early on that Augusta is a unique city to work in. I've been able to form some great friendships with Mike, with Tara, with Hannah. They've been a great asset to me, and they've provided me with a lot of the support that officers need to be able to do what we do, in turn to help out crisis and counseling and the other agencies that are out there to help people. So I just want to say thank you, and thank everybody at crisis and counseling that I work with. I see a lot of faces of people I've been on calls with, and it's a great honor to work with all of you. Thank you.